Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Quantum Leap Morning Leap for Monday, August 24th, 2015. My name is Doug McKay. I'm the founder of Quantum Leap. Quantum Leap is a subscription service and a group of retail traders. We've been around in one form or another for 6 years. Each morning we come together and in this pre-market session take a look at the structure of the market, take a look at the macro to the micro, take a look at the trading levels that we're looking at, our hypotheses, and our targets for the day. If you're interested in finding more information about us, send me an email at quantumleaptrading@gmail.com or give me a call 647-545-8065. Before we start, when we get the legals done, this information is for the purpose of educating members who want to expand the knowledge of the business of trading. It's not for trading or investment advice. You and only you are responsible for the trades or investment decisions you make. Trading futures or any instruments involves risk of loss. Please consider carefully whether futures or options are appropriate to your financial situation. Only risk capital should be used when trading futures or options. Investors could lose more than the initial investment. Nobody at Quantum Leap is a certified trading advisor. We are retail traders operating within a self-organized learning environment. Past performance is not indicative of future results. Any trades you see in here are for education purposes only. Please trade your own metrics in your own trade plan. Just give me 1 second here. Thank you. So where to start? Well, let's start with the beginning because I think that's always a good spot to start. I think it all started here, and we've been watching this. If you go back through the videos and take a look at all our pre-market, I always start my day with a very basic routine of looking at the macro to the micro, and I use a basic candlestick chart with 9 EMA and a 20 SMA, and I start with the monthly and work my way down into the intraday to see where we are within the different time frames and and if there's any trends. And of course, I'm always looking out for possible patterns. And we've been talking about this possible head and shoulders literally from somewhere back here, when it was setting up. Actually, we were looking at it here when this was the possible head and shoulders. But finally, last week, it came down and it validated this pattern. And we had 3 measured moves: the 38.2 down to 99 and a quarter, 61.8 down to 76, and then the 100% down to 36.75. And we were watching these and waiting for them to set up. Well, Friday we got the first 2 set up, and we were waiting for this third one. And overnight, boy, did we go down and crush that. So always, the lesson to this is always pay attention to the bigger picture. If you get stuck in the micro things, the micro rotations of the market, a lot of times you'll miss the bigger picture, and you'll either get your face peeled or you'll miss opportunity. And you always got to keep an eye on the big picture. So let's start with the basic, and then we'll drill down. The monthly trend has now been violated. It did not get truly violated until it broke down below this 1981-82 area. This is the first time since all the way down here back in 2011 that we have broken. I shouldn't say that. We did here, right here at 2012. The key is, are we going to hold below this 1981? We still have, what is it? We have 6 days of trading left in the month, and we're currently, trading right now, are we back in the 1800s? Sorry. Again, I apologize. I'm going to be a little bit scattered brain this morning. Yeah, we're back in the in the 1800s, and you know, so we see some serious weakness. So there's a lot of stuff we got to take a look at below. But the key to all of this is that we have broken some major support, and we're back in, we're over a 10% correction now, and we have the start of what could be another downward trend. And the first rollover we've seen for many months and a couple of years now. Going down to the weekly, so the trend has been broken. There's no downward trend started on the weekly yet. Sorry, on the monthly, but we do have a start of a downward trend on the weekly. We've broken below the 9 and the 20. We've got slope and separation to the downside. We have a huge technical gap. And today, tomorrow, we could see some further downside, but I would expect that we're going to get this dead cat bounce as a possibility to come up and close this technical gap. But on the weekly, we have come down. We've closed out all the measured moves that we were looking at on the weekly, and there's really not much more. The next support level, is going to be down here in the 1872 area. I was working my position last night to try to get down below 1870. I did, but just with the rollover that we had this morning from the European trading, I just didn't feel comfortable that it was even safe. So I took my opportunities and got out of the trade, and I'm flat the market right now. Going down to but we do have a start of a downward trend. Going down to the daily, again, same picture. Start of a downward trend, huge technical gap. Looking for a bounce. Where that bounce is going to come from, I'm not exactly sure, but we're going to take a look at it and see if we can find where. Going into the intraday, and I wanted to show you something on the daily. Why do we watch naked crosses? Remember that naked cross we were talking about on the daily? Right there, 1921 naked cross. Now on the daily, it's a bigger time frame, so it takes them longer to come back and get it. But it's something that you always want to pay attention to on where are those naked crosses. And a naked cross is when the 9 EMA crosses over the 20 SMA and price action leaves this alone. It's like a naked VPOC. It's like a gap. It's it's going to come back and get closed. Very rare do they ever leave it alone. Going down to the 4-hour, you can see that we rotated back up and tested the 9 from below, then rejected it again, and kept on going on Friday, and then overnight we've continued the trend down. Again, got a technical gap. The tech gap would likely get closed somewhere in the 1937, 1941 area. But you can see that this is very much a downward trend started on the 4-hour. On the 30-minute, same thing, strong downward trend, rotated back up, got as high as the 42.75. We were talking last night in the room, if you want to go back and read all the chat from last night between Marvin, Tom, and Scott and myself. We rotated back up into the 41, and that 41, remember, was the microdeposit VPOC, and I'll show that to you on the bigger structure. Since then, we couldn't hold the 9 and the 20. They rotated it back away and rejected it, and we're starting to get a downward trend on the 30-minute. On the 5-minute, same thing. We came down, FUBAR, Mr. Sneaky, rotation, close the technical gap. Again, this this pattern is not just good for gold on the 15-minute, it's great for the ES on the 5-minute. But we failed to hold the 9, and we're now, continuation of the trend downward. So let's take a look at the bigger picture. First of all, I don't know if it's expanded. No, it hasn't expanded yet. So we have a 72 3/4 point, range overnight. I mean, that's I could go back, and Howard, if you could go back and see if we've seen the likes of that in the globex in recent time. I don't know. I mean, it's just mind-boggling when you think about it. Last night when it started, I was using the 58, and I took several longs off of the 58, thinking that it was going to hold, and then it finally broke back down again, and then I went short, and like on that one short. Where did I get out? 43. And then I started shorting again when we broke the 30 1/4. I started shorting from 29 again. But it was just all over the map. Once it got down and tested down in this level, I was using the 2075 as my line in the sand, and I started buying 2175s, 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 and every time it got into above 2075, it popped through 2175 and popped into 23 area, 24, 25, and during this whole time, okay, I was trading off of that and just printing money, and it was going lower, but the point of the matter was it wasn't safe down there. But I recognized the pattern once we got above 2075 that it would always pop up and give me an opportunity to fund my trade and continue to add to my swing position I was looking to build last night. So we have a possible inverted cup and handle here on the 5-minute. I don't know why this is flipped over to a 2-minute. Sorry, this should be a 5-minute. So we're going to keep an eye on that. The pattern is valid. We'll take a look at the extensions below in just a couple of minutes. But let's look at the big picture. We're trading right now 1896. Our low from Friday, okay, is what was the low on Friday? 68. There's going to be absolutely zero correlation or zero chance of us going and filling this gap today. Okay, so don't be thinking in gaps or anything like that. If you're going to trade at all today, and I would if you're new to trading or you're just not confident in your trading, my recommendation is stay out of the market today. It's going to be a bloodbath, and it's going to be the rotations are just going to be unbelievably spectacular. I mean, last night it was nothing to see a 10 and 15 point rotation, and if you think that's going to be and the velocity of the moves last night, if you think that's going to be fast, it's going to be brutal today. So right now, the key to everything, I think, right now on the open is going to be the 1908. I think we're going to get a rotation back up. We've got we've got a gap here still to fill at 1903.50. I think we could get a rotation up into the 1903.75. We've got this microcomposite VPOC here at 1904.50. I'm not going to go back and talk about all this area this morning and look at where these are coming from. Just trust me that I've got them on my chart. The key line below us is going to be 1887 to start, but the real one that you want to pay attention to is this one right here at 1876. And another gap just below at 1878. I think if we break this 1876, we're actually going to come down into this area right here at 1860, 1859, 75. We've got a microcomposite VPOC at 1860. We've got a naked close down at 59, 75. This whole area right here between 87 and 57.50 is very blunt. And I'm actually going to go back and take a look at a longer picture. Right now, I've got my my composite going from 010113. It's time that we've got to bring in some of the older volume, and I'm probably going to go back into the 2011, even probably lower. I haven't done it. I just didn't get a chance to do it. And I wasn't going to do it until we got into the lower 1800s or mid 1800s. So you can see we're coming up right now to test this this 93.75 area. You know, it's going to be nothing for them to pop up into this 98.50. That's why I'm saying the real key is going to be up here at 08. And this is very I'll have to check in. Last night the limit down was 1870. That's why I was trying to work my stop down below 1870. I'll have to see where the you know, the limit down is going to be today, and I wouldn't be surprised if we see it. It could be that rare occasion that they're just going to have to pull the plug and you know, and close the markets until you know, some reason comes back in. I mean, there's going to be margin calls today. I mean, I posted that video last night, and I'm sorry, the video is very crude. But if you ever want to have a a sobering picture of somebody that didn't take a small loss and got crushed, watch that video. So the first level you want to pay attention to is this 87. If we get below that, look for rotation down to 84.25. Probably get a move down to 76. If we get below 76, I'm looking for a bigger rotation down here. The value area low that high that I'm watching right now, and the next balance area is right in here, and that starts at 1841 and the low at 1800 with the microcomposite down here. You can see we found balance and then we rotated, and you can see we came back down into this area again to pick up buyers before making a big run up on the market. So we've got to be watching this 1876 for possible test to come down to where they found buyers at that 59, maybe come down, and 49 is going to be a very key level for us down here. And if we get below that, testing the 41 and then getting back into this balance with the main target being the 1827.75 with 1800s being held. Below that, all the way down here at 1781.75. I know, I mean, I can't believe I'm talking about these numbers when we started our week open. Our month open was 2098.75. we're down 200 points on the ES from our month open. Have we hit critical mass? Darn tootin' we've hit critical mass. I just I I just I don't think there's a possibility that we could ever get back up to get above the month open at 2098. Our week open, I mean, last night, our week started at 2064.50. You know, um, you know, you know, are we going to have a chance to get above it? I don't know. It's just incredible. Incredible. So I'm sorry, no, our week open wasn't 2064. Sorry, it was 1964.50. Am I correct in that? Let me just again, I'm very tired this morning, so let me just confirm that. 1964.50. Yes. Okay. So we're already down 70 some odd points from our week open and our day open. It's gonna be interesting. And I'm sorry I don't have a lot more guidance to give you. So watch this 87. If it gets below it, you can probably get a short into this gap fill down to test the lower side of that balance around 84.25. If we break 76, all bets are off. I think we go down to 59. I don't know. I mean, can we get a over 100-point range today? Why not? Why not? When they say the market's going to do the unexpected. Everybody, I think, Sunday night, including myself at the beginning, was thinking, okay, we're going to get a dead cat bounce, and we get a rotation back up into. I was thinking when the market first opened that if we could hold this 58, that we'd get a rotation back up into the 69, 70 area, possibly even 78. But it couldn't hold the 58, and after that, especially when it got below the 49, we came down and closed out those two very key numbers at 41 and 36.75, and have come down and closed out, so tested some lower levels again. So look at, we're already breaking 87. Here's the move down to 84.25. I think the 76.50 is going to get tested. Just, I can talk about ATRs, but, 20-day ATRs, currently 26.75. We're 3 times that much already. So throw the ATRs out the window. Today is a day to watch and learn. If you're going to do anything, take little nibbles, take your profit very quickly, and do not, under any circumstance, let something go against you, because if it goes against you, it can go really against you and give yourself a face peel. Currently, right now, our Keltner center line is 84.75. We're coming down into testing the lower Keltner. Lower Keltner line test is going to be 81.75. Probably even get a walk the line down to that 76. Get above 84.50. We test that 87 again on the upper Keltner. I wish I could give you more, but today is a day that you just want to be very careful and pick your spots. Again, I'm probably going to sit on the sidelines unless I see something glaring. Okay, look at how quick that is. There's the 76.50 being tested. Wow. Anyway, in gold, I was surprised last night actually that we didn't get a bigger move in gold. So I'm expecting a breakout in gold today as a flight to safety. I'm looking for a move above this 1164. You've got CLV at 1164. You've got the value area high at 64.80, and I'm looking for them to pop it up into the 78. Still in my swing on gold. So I'm still looking for gold to come up into the 1200, and it's looking very, very good in terms of that happening with what's going on in the indices. Gang, that's going to be it. I mean, you know, I'll be around this morning and we'll talk about what's going on. If I see a setup, you know, but consider this a free day, and let's watch the market, see if we can find a spot. But be very, 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 very careful today. Anyway, as always, trade well, trade safe, and we'll catch you on the flip side. Thanks, Ray. So the real-time session, I knew that 1870 was the limit down for globex, and 1831. Wow. Well, we've got 15 minutes to the open. Let's see what they give us. I mean, there is going to be no reference point from the prior week trading. So throw last week out the window, and you have to look at the big picture. So pay attention to the longer term price acceptance and rejection.